Alchemy is a World 2 skill that revolves around upgrading bubbles and vials for various bonuses to your account. Upgrading the bubbles and vials will require different materials and liquid, which is a resource within alchemy itself. Lastly, there's also sigils, which will give varying bonuses as well, but don't require any resources to level up. Shamans specialize in alchemy, allowing them to level up faster, unlock new bubbles easier, and generally make your alchemy progress much faster. To get started with alchemy, just go to World 2 and click on the cauldron in town, or from the quick ref once you have that option. Upon opening the alchemy window, there's immediately a lot of stuff going on, and it can be a little confusing trying to figure out what all of this means, but hopefully by the end of the video you'll have a good understanding of how to make the most of alchemy. First, taking a look at the cauldrons, you'll notice there's 4 different colors. The orange cauldron gives bonuses that tend to favor warriors, like extra strength or mining efficiency. The green cauldron gives bonuses that tend to favor archers. The purple cauldron gives bonuses that favor mages. And the yellow cauldron gives other bonuses that don't fit into any of these categories. The bonuses will affect all of your characters, it's just that certain classes may benefit more from each one. Bubbles don't have any maximum level, but the resource cost will continue to increase until it reaches 1 billion of that resource, and the bonus you gain from that bubble will have diminishing returns as it's upgraded. To view a bubble, click on it, then you can see what it does and what you need to upgrade it. The bubbles generally need different resources, but there are some bubbles that use the same resource. Upgrading a bubble will also require liquid, which I'll be going over later. One other important thing to note about bubbles is that there's small bubbles and big bubbles. The only difference is that big bubbles need to be equipped to provide their bonus, while small bubbles are always active. To equip a bubble, just click on it, then click the slot where you want it equipped. To remove it, just click it again. And lastly, one tip when upgrading bubbles is that it's actually cheaper to upgrade them depending on what class you are. Taking a look at the orange cauldron, we can find a bubble called Orange Bargain, which reduces the cost of all orange bubbles. Then looking at the second bubble in the orange cauldron, Warrior's Rule, this gives all your small orange bubbles a higher bonus to your warriors. What this equates to is that all of your orange bubbles will be much cheaper to upgrade on your warriors compared to other classes. But it also works this way for archers with the green cauldron and mages with the purple cauldron. Now taking a look at the cauldrons, this is how you'll unlock new bubbles. You'll start by assigning players to a cauldron, which will generate alchemy XP for them and points for that cauldron over time. The more players you assign, the more points you'll generate. This is also where brew speed and alchemy speed come into play. Brew speed is relative to each character and is mainly based on your alchemy level and wisdom. Brew speed makes that character generate more brew points. Alchemy speed makes everything you do in alchemy faster. Once you have enough points, as shown by the numbers here, you'll be able to hit the brew button for a chance at a new bubble. It's very easy unlocking the first few bubbles, but as you unlock more, the chance will go down, making later bubbles much harder to unlock. There's several ways to increase your bubble chance, however. Firstly, you can boost the cauldron using your brew points. Then there's also bonuses from the pay-to-win shop, and shamans have an ability to increase this chance. Now let's look at boosting a cauldron. Instead of spending your brew points to unlock a new bubble, you can instead spend them to boost the cauldron. Speed will increase the amount of brew points you generate. Luck will increase your chance at unlocking a new bubble. Cost will reduce the material cost of upgrading bubbles, and extra will give you a chance to gain an additional level when boosting a cauldron. This chance can even go above 100%, giving you 3 or 4 levels with each boost. Generally, it's good to prioritize speed and extra since these will help you boost everything else, but don't ignore luck and cost either. Each attribute has a max level of 170, though it will take a long time to reach that point. Now moving on to liquid. Liquid is a resource that is generated by different cauldrons, much like the brewing. However, you don't need to assign any players to generate liquid. Liquid is needed for upgrading bubbles, vials, and buying from the liquid shop. You can assign players to the liquid cauldrons to generate more liquid, and players in the liquid cauldrons earn twice as much XP compared to brewing cauldrons. Liquid also has a maximum capacity, so you'll want to spend it often to avoid wasting it. The rate and capacity for liquids can be increased by upgrading each cauldron, from the pay-to-win shop, and various bonuses. Looking at the first cauldron, this is where you can assign players or spend your liquid to increase the rate and capacity for the cauldron. There's 4 liquids in total, and you'll unlock more as your alchemy level increases. Higher level liquids will be needed to upgrade more advanced bubbles and vials, and to buy certain things in the liquid shop. At the liquid shop, there's several different things you can spend your liquid on. The cost for each item will increase the more you buy it. However, it will reset each day. The mediocre obol can be useful early on, but eventually you'll get better ones. However, some of the obols in the alchemy shop, like the skilling ones, can only be obtained here. The weak upgrade stone is only useful early on. The distilled water, however, is very useful, and you'll be needing them for different recipes in the anvil, but they can also be farmed in World 3 if you don't want to buy them. There's also a single gem, which is always useful, but the cost will increase dramatically with each purchase. There's a star talent book, which gives a talent TikTok, however it gives a random level, so you need to keep buying it until you get the best possible one. The balloon is a quick way to gain some skill XP, but I think it's a little overpriced. The donation box is only used for a quest in World 2. You can't buy it early, however, and must wait until you accept the quest for it to count. Then there's the decent obols. Just buy them if you need obols. You can also buy permanent talent points, but the liquid cost never resets. Next there's grand obols. These have a chance to give a gold obol. The bargain tag will reduce the cost of your next bubble upgrade, starting at 25% with the first purchase, up to 90% with 8 of them. The dense water is used for various recipes, but unlike the distilled water, it cannot be farmed anywhere. The pair of gems will give you 2 gems, and considering that the liquid cost for items scales up with each purchase, it can be useful buying both the single gem and pair of gems. That covers everything in the liquid tab, so now moving on to vials. Vials give various bonuses to your account, much like bubbles. However, they unlock and upgrade differently. To unlock a vial, you'll need to take an item from your inventory and drop it in front of the alchemy cauldron in World 2. From there, you'll have a chance to unlock the vial. If it fails, you'll be able to try again until all of your daily attempts are used. You can see your daily attempts in the vials tab. You can also see the next vial in the list, but you don't necessarily have to unlock this one next. As long as the item has a vial, you can unlock them in any order you like. Most of the items you get early on will have a vial, but not every item you find in the game will. Upgrading a vial is simple. It just needs the resource of the vial item and some liquid. The resource cost, however, will scale much faster than bubbles, and unlike bubbles, vials have a maximum level of 13. Vials will also change color as you upgrade them, making it easy to tell which ones are leveled up. Next, let's go over the pay to win tab. Here you can spend cash to upgrade your cauldrons and other things related to alchemy. Looking at the first upgrade window, this is where you can upgrade your brewing cauldrons. You can upgrade the cauldron speed, new bubble chance, and lower the boost requirements. Moving on to the liquid upgrades, you can upgrade the liquid regen speed and capacity. You can also buy more daily attempts for your vials and increase the chance of unlocking new vials. Lastly, you can upgrade your alchemy speed and XP. The max level for these upgrades is your highest alchemy level. Here you can level up your sigils. Sigils are another type of bonus that is unlocked at the laboratory in World 4. To level up sigils, just assign players to them and they will generate points for that sigil over time. Once they generate enough points, the sigil will automatically level up. At first, sigils will have a max level of 2, but there's an upgrade in the Jade Emporium in World 6 to raise this to level 3. Now that you know how alchemy works, I'll go over all the ways that you can increase your alchemy progress, starting with World 1. There's 3 things in the gem shop for alchemy. A bribe from Mr. Piggy Bank, 4 stamps, the star sign Bob Build Guy, the talent Broken Time for archers, the guild bonus Make or Break, And lastly, there's a very powerful bonus from the sheepy pet in the companion park, which makes it so that your big bubbles no longer need to be equipped. Moving on to World 2, there's a box in the post office, the Cauldron statue, a bonus in the arcade shop, the achievement Smarty Boy, and there's also some bonuses within Alchemy itself for more Alchemy XP, brew speed, and cranium cooking duration. In World 3, there's a bonus from the Salt Lick, Bubble Insta Expander and Particle Upgrader from the Atom Collider, and Liquid Vestment from the Equinox Valley. In World 4, there's 4 lab bonuses and 1 jewel, 2 meals, Alchemy Mastery and Vial Mastery from the Rift, and 2 sigils. In World 5, there's 2 bonuses from Gaiman, and 2 artifacts from Sailing. Lastly, in World 6, there's 1 bonus from the Jade Emporium. Now taking a look at the Shaman, he has 3 talents that will help your alchemy. Busy Brewing to boost his brew speed, Bubble Breakthrough, which greatly increases the chance of unlocking new bubbles when brewing on your Shaman, and sharing some smarts to give all players in the same cauldron as your Shaman more XP, and this also includes the Shaman. Lastly, Cranium Cooking, which is one of the most powerful tools the Shaman has. This is a buff that, while active, gives instant alchemy progress for each kill. This lets you unlock and level up bubbles much faster than normally possible, as well as generating liquid for decanting and charging sigils. It does, however, require a fairly high level to be effective. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to comment, like, and subscribe, and hit the bell so you're notified.